when she can do, why not you all? Is it clear? She was not just a topper in class 12 science stream, she was also a topper of class 10. Okay, in this Bethel Higher Secondary School, she topped 9. And again this year, she topped top number 3. So now, I would like to give her time, and after she takes the time, we will give you, the students, if you have any queries, anything, we will ask you to take this opportunity.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I thank God for this beautiful day and this beautiful time. I would also like to thank the school authority for calling me up again and to share some few more things with you all. And I'm glad to see many students, especially from class 12, to see many students doing science stream in Bethel Higher Secondary School. First of all, I welcome you all, and yes, more importantly, welcome to science stream. My journey here in this school has just been wonderful, and as I am standing here today, I'll just share some few things, my own journey and everything. And I like to just bring it out in some points about my own journey and my experience, or what we as students need to do. I think the first thing, I will say the last time I was here, that the first thing is to put God first in everything. Whatever you do, put God first. Wherever you go, seek God for protection, and especially in study, seek God to help you in everything, to give you good health and strength. And the second thing is to believe in yourself. Yeah, there is something we all hear every time, believe in yourself, believe in yourself. But many a times we fail to believe in ourselves. We usually get the wrong thinking that we cannot do it, we underestimate ourselves, but that is not a good thing, because we all have the ability. We just have to know how to use our ability in a good way. And we all have the ability to go to the top. When I say top, I don't need to get in the top 20 or anything, but in everything, in every part of our life, all of us have the ability to get to the top. But we all have to recognize our own ability and use it in the very best, in the best way. And the third is to, while studying, to build up your interest in studying. We all are here for a reason today, especially after choosing our science stream. We all are here. I'm sure that we all are here because of our own decision, not because someone wanted us to study science, but because we ourselves wanted to study science. I'm sure we all are here because of ourselves. So we all are here for a reason, to become someone, and we know that to become that someone, we need to study. But we all know that when we do something and we're interested in it, we do it excitement, and it is satisfying to do when you're interested in something. So the first thing while studying is to build up your interest in studying. And to build up your interest in studying, you can build up your own ideas. You know yourself more than anyone else, so better than anyone, so you can build up your own ideas. And for me, I won't go last time, but I'll just say it again since class 11 and today, that what I do is, while studying, within 30 minutes, I set a number of questions, and I try to finish up studying all those questions within those 30 minutes. So these little targets and all this technique has helped me a lot, and all of you can also come up with your own ideas and make your study interesting. Don't trick yourself into thinking that this question is very hard, even before you try it. Nothing is impossible if we work hard and if we believe in ourselves. That is the most important point while studying, to build up your interest in studying. If you are not interested, you don't like to do anything when you're not interested in it. So build up your interest in studying. And the next would be failure. We all know that failure is a part of our life. So let me just say it this way: failures are like potholes that we find in the road, especially in Kohima roads. We will face a lot of potholes in all our life. But whenever we fall down into the potholes, if we have the courage to come out of it, and if we have the strong will to come out of it, then we will soon reach the better road. So this way, there are a lot of potholes in our life. So make sure that you face every pothole with courage and with believing yourself that you can do it. And yes, not only coming out through your potholes, but when you come out of your potholes, make sure that you fill up the potholes so that people who are walking behind you won't fall into those potholes again. And this way, I think we all can make a better road. In another sense, we all can make a better life. And yes, face through it all. And whatever comes our way, we have to face it with courage. And yes, the most important thing is distractions. As a student at this age, there are a lot of distractions. Distractions can be one of the biggest distractions, even to the smallest silly distraction. It can be family, friends, siblings, or many other reasons. So, having the ability to recognize your distractions and dealing with each and every distraction is important. Me and my friends, we used to discuss many times that during exam times, like even the TV, even a single advertise, just a sort of advertise becomes so interesting. So what I want to say through here is that, yes, during our study, during exam time, your distraction can be even in the most unexpected and even in the most silly things, like now I say that the advertising TV. Even other times we don't even want to watch TV, but during exam time, always TV advertise, or it can be so many other things become so interesting. So you need to understand, you need to realize, you need to recognize your distractions and also deal with them. And when it comes to distractions, health problem, health issue, there is also one thing. That is something which none of us we can avoid, because we never know when we will fall sick. But to avoid this, one suggestion will be to pray to God before exam to give you good health and strength, so that, because this health is also becomes a distraction during exam time when you can't study, you can't study because of your health problems. So pray to God for good health and strength. And I'll just like to tell something from my own experience, that I usually don't have health problems like that, but then my toothache. Every exam, it's like my tooth knows, it's like my tooth knows my exam timing, that almost every exam my toothache starts. Other times I need a lot of Malaysia food, but my toothache never pains, but then only during exam time my toothache hurts a lot. So what I want to say through here is that distractions can be even in the most unexpected thing, but whatever kind of distraction may come, you need to differentiate between what is your distraction and what is not, and deal with each and every distraction. So that is one thing again. And the other thing is like studying. Usually I haven't taken any tuition since my childhood. Yes, I haven't taken any tuition, no coaching, nothing like that. So what I feel is, our teachers, they teach us almost everything in school. That is enough. I think like these days many people will offer tuitions, coachings, so and so. But what I feel is, if our teacher, if they are trying their best in school, they teach us everything, why do we need to go to tuition or coaching centers at all? Because maybe if you are still taking coaching or something else, maybe that's because you didn't understand or you didn't pay attention what the teacher was teaching. So yeah, pay attention. If you pay attention in class, if you pay attention to what the teacher says, understand it, and not only understand it, try to formulate each and every syllabus topics that I don't think we need. None of us will need coachings and tuitions. We all have the same ability, and we all can make it. The teachers, they give their best in teaching us. If we just on our part, we listen properly and we give our best, I think no one will ever need a coaching or tuition at all. So that is also one thing I would like to say. And also, okay, and then one more thing is, like as a student, we have been very honest, we all have faced so many problems at this age, especially in our friend circle. That is the biggest problem. And when I say friend circle, it can be boyfriend, girlfriend, or especially with games and all. It has become the biggest distraction for all of us. So I think overcoming them will be the best. And for me, I even told the last time I was here, but I will say it again, that during my selection module and even during my final exam, I handed over my phone to my mom, because I know that I won't be able to study well if the phone was with me. So yes, that would be the best way. I suggest again to you all that not to give away your phone during your exam time. Not only during your exam time, but whenever you are studying, to give away your phone. And I think if you get rid of your phone during exam and while studying, that will be the biggest achievement for you yourself and even for your future. Because yeah, we all know that how much this technology has affected us. So know how to get rid of it, know how to deal with your own problems, especially with phone. And yes, like coming to timetable, when the exam is near and the routine comes out, I usually maintain a routine, like that this day I will study this subject, but before the exam, I don't usually maintain a timetable. And for me, what I feel is we don't need a timetable if you know how to limit yourself with everything you do. Whatever you may be doing, touching yourself or any kind of thing, if you have the mentality, if the realization is there that, okay, I'm doing this for so long, I need to study now. If we have that mentality and that thinking, I don't think we need a timetable. That is all we need. If we know how to limit ourselves and try not to overdo any other thing rather than studying, then we don't need a timetable. But you can just maintain a timetable if you come in for your bed. Like, I don't mean I've never maintained a timetable. We try to maintain so many timetables and fail so many times. But after all, what I realized and what I told was that if I can limit myself, if I know how to limit myself in everything, in anything that would waste my time, then there is always enough. We don't need a timetable. And yeah. Studying is also like playing a video game. Let me just say this way. When we are new to a video game, at first we don't know how to control it and then we can't understand it, but as we keep on playing, especially on a daily basis, we understand it and then we get control over it. So studying is also the same way. At first we can't understand, but if we take our time, have patience, take time to understand it, and most importantly, study on a daily basis, then it will become very much easy. And yes, once again I will say that I'm very glad to see many students join science stream, but yeah, joining science stream, everyone says it's hard, tough, and this and that, but nothing is tough if you work hard and then if you believe in yourself. Even some of my own friends and then seniors and all, I see that after class 12 science stream, they go back to art stream. Some because of their own personal reasons, some because they found class 11 and 12 science stream so hard. But I really get disappointed when I see them going back to art career because I'm sure they chose science stream for a reason. And I really do hope that in the coming days, so all of you, none of you will do that, and don't ever give a chance to anyone to say to you that, tell you anything about your decision that you don't deserve to be in science stream. Don't ever give a chance to anyone to say that to you, because I think usually people's words, those are the ones that discourage us. So don't ever give a chance to anyone to say that you don't deserve to be in science stream. So give your best, study hard, and yes, prove to others that your decision to take science stream is the best decision for you. And don't ever think that anything is hard. Usually when studying, we just trick our head, we just trick ourselves even before studying that it is very hard. This is how we fail ourselves even before studying. So even when I was in class 12, especially with the magnetic field chapters and those, the derivation and all, like 2-3 pages, I was when I first saw the pages in those, I was so tense because how am I going to study this? But then once I studied and revised it again and again, like it became something like pretty much easier to me. So what I want to say is, don't underestimate yourself and don't take anything, don't think of any question or anything as hard even before you try it. So yeah, that will be one advice again. And actually one thing I want to say is, even my own friends, I have seen that after class 12, just now only many of them are planning that I will do this, I will do that. So you all are still in class 11, 12. So what I want to say is, before you finish your class 12, plan out your future. Just don't depend on the last moment that only after I pass, I will decide to do this and that according to my marks. Don't think that. Plan out your future from now. Set your plans and then try to study according to that. Try to get good marks, score marks according to your plan. So that in the future you don't have to go here and there just because someone told you to go there, to go here. And then whatever you have planned, be focused on that. Right now I'm actually preparing for my NEET exam, which is next month. Many people, they usually tell me, why don't you just do admission in some colleges and give your exam too? But what I feel is, if I decided to study, to prepare for NEET, I'll just prepare for it. I won't let any other thing distract me. So that is one thing, stay focused on what you want. Don't let any others' words, don't let others' opinions be a hindrance in your way. And yes, one more thing is respect to the teachers. Your teachers in schools, your teachers at home are your parents, your teachers in church are the teachers, and your elders in every part of life, they are your teachers. Respect them for what they give you, for what they impart to you, because richness, wealth, all these people can steal away from us, but the knowledge, the wisdom, the moral values we get from our teachers, no one can ever steal away from us. Those are the things that we can keep it with us forever. No one can ever steal all those from us, except unless in the case that we lose our memory or something like that. Knowledge, wisdom, all these things are very precious, which our teacher impart to us. They are so respect your teachers and value your teachers. And yes, enjoyment. Yes, we all say that you only live once. So enjoyment comes first, this and that. But yes, I'm not saying not to enjoy. You can enjoy, but in a limit. But at this age, study should come first, and you can enjoy after. All the teachers usually say, I'm sure you all know that you can enjoy after you succeed, after you become someone, you can enjoy after that. So I'll say this again, that you can enjoy later on all the games, all the going out with friends, playing, everything you can do after you become a successful person. And so, yeah, at this age, study should be our first priority. And yes, I would just like to, tell all the points again which I've taught. First is to put God first. Secondly, to believe in yourself, to build your interest in studying, to overcome all your failures, and to limit yourself in everything you do, and to stay focused on your dreams, on whatever you want, and to listen to your teachers during the class hours, to pay attention, to study on a daily basis with concentration, and not to underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate yourself, and also to respect your teachers. I think that's all. And before I end up, I'll just like to say something. It's actually a point in Pinide, but I'll just say in English. In that poem, the poet says he encouraged the students, telling them, study hard and work hard, so that when you finish your studies, and you come back, you will just sit in your seat, and you don't need to search for a job, but the job will come searching for you. So I really do hope that you all will work hard, study hard, and yes, let's not search for a job, but let us all make sure that the job will search for us. And yes, one more thing is that last week I was saying that in class 10, I got top 9. I was the second from our school to get in the top 20 position. And in class 12 this time, I got top 3, the first in Bethel Higher Secondary School in class 11, 12 level to get to the top. I'm not trying to brag about myself right now, but what I want to say is that I'm the second in class 10 and the first in class 12. But don't let me be the last one. I'm sure that you all will bring very good results to our school again and will do better than me. Thank you all.
Class 11 and class 12 students, if you have any queries on her success, we will give you the time now. So you can we have a microphone. You just raise your hand from your seat.
Okay, so do you have any advice for physics like others? Okay, so do you have any advice for physics like what to start first and what to end first? Okay, if your friend wants you to share any advice that you have for studying physics.
Okay, so when it comes to physics, it's mostly derivations. So for me, what I usually do is I first try to understand the question, and then I go through the derivations 2-3 times, like each and every line, and then I try to figure out what does this letter mean, and then how this came out, the formula and all. And yeah, after going through 2-3 times and like figuring out what it actually means and what each lines and all, how did this come out after figuring out that, I try to practice by looking, and the second and the third time I try to practice without looking. I think that is just the best way.
You
for a chemistry about us. Now we prepare for a chemistry because there are not much numericals, but then just for reading and then like how do you prepare for that? Okay, for chemistry, I think the main problem is with organic chemistry. I think we all have problems, especially with all those reactions and then the names, and then especially with the formula. So what I usually do is, I think the best would be, I learn it a little easier. I'm not saying that I'm very intelligent like that, but I learn it easier because I learn it from inside the classroom. So when Miss Romani, she teaches, I just listen to it, and she teaches very well, and then I think understanding it is the best because when you understand inside the class, reading at home becomes much easier. It just becomes like you are just going for revision. So yes, listening to the explanation is the best, I think, for chemistry.
The questions I want to ask you aren't actually pertaining to what the syllabus we have, but it's more so regarding how your daily life goes. So what I wanted to ask you is like, first of all, this might sound like a silly question, but do you live far away from the school?
No, I just say it's just
it's just data, so you go home, you get home early, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is I live quite far away from the school. So when I reach home, I live in the village over there now, so I come back around 4 or 5, right? So the thing is like, the more time you spend on the road traveling, the lesser time you have at home. So I just wanted to ask you, like, after you get back, how do you manage your time?
Okay, so usually class gets over 2:30, and just roughly by 3 I reach home. And I usually take 1 hour break after reaching home for just getting a wash out and just for resting. And after that, I think 3, and then 3 before I just rest, and after that I start studying till my dinner. And after having dinner, just 30 minutes break, I think roughly 30 minutes break, and I start studying again.
Oh, alright, and then what time do you sleep? Okay, no, this may sound very silly, but me and class 11, the rest of us started class Thursday. So that was just half class. But now from Monday we started full classes, full swing. And then I realized that Monday was fine. But then came Tuesday, and then from Tuesday we had some work to do, so I had to do work, and then I ended up getting only 7 hours sleep. Then Wednesday came and I got only 6 hours 30 minutes sleep, and then Thursday came and now I'm only 5 hours sleep because the work seems to be like piling up, and now I feel like I might die tomorrow also. But so the problem is like, how do you like be efficient?
For me, like I usually not during the exam time. The other times I usually study till 10 roughly, and the other days usually morning study. People say morning study is the best, but for me I usually don't wake up early, so I usually prefer late night study. And during my exam time, I stay up till 2 like that for studying, and then I wake up very late.
Oh, okay. So your weekends are also spent in studying.
No, actually my weekends are usually holidays for me.
Oh, alright. So roughly like from Monday to Sunday, how much hours, like an average? Of course, some days you study more and some days you study less, but an average, how much do you study?
I think one day during exam, I'll just tell that during exam time.
Alright.
During exam time, one day 6 to 7 hours, so Monday to Sunday. If just comes Sunday, then 16 to 7, I think 42 hours.
Oh, 42 hours, but there's only 24 hours a month.
Not in a week.
Oh, in a week. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you so much.
Numericals. Okay, for numericals, usually, I usually don't solve everything, but the numericals which are in the textbook, we get example along with the answer. So I usually solve all those solutions, but for other numericals, I don't solve each and every time. Because the formula, we just use the same formula. Once we know the formula, we can use it in any question.
Okay, one last question I just wanted to ask you. No, I know my other questions are very silly, but during class 11 and 12, did you have a hobby?
Usually people have lots of hobby, but I don't know me. I don't usually have a particular hobby. I just do any kind of stuff.
Okay, editing it.
Prepare for that. You used to practice everyday maths or for mathematics. Okay. I think for mathematics, before also I couldn't say about the best way is to learn inside the classroom. And no, I don't usually practice every day for mathematics. For other subjects, yeah, I usually study every day for other subjects, but for mathematics, only every day. And suppose at the end of the exam time, I usually study only at the time. When I feel stress, means mistaking out. So, how do you overcome those emotions? Can you please repeat the question?
Stress. During the exam time, they are stressed and they are so stressed. So how do you overcome those kind of emotions?
Okay. Stress is something even I face a lot during exam time, and especially when I can't finish up, like tomorrow's exam and tonight I have to finish up everything. When that pressure comes and then I really get, when the pressure gets up, I really get stressed. But yeah, I think I just pray. I think that is the best thing I have experienced, and that when I'm stressed about my studies, pressurized, I pray. I take some time to pray, and maybe just most of the time I open up my Bible and read some memory verse. It really helps a lot. I think that would be.
I think there are some queries but you don't want to ask. I used to hear this, that students usually ask that whether you have to go for any other reference textbook or not. So I just want Ketoukhrieü to share that, because they ask that apart from the textbook that has been prescribed by the NBSE, are they supposed to go for other textbook? So do you prefer other textbook when you are preparing?
I've never preferred any other books while studying my class 11, 12, even my high school days. I've never preferred any other books because the NBC they have given us the books which we get. Even the NBC they are going to set question from that book, from those books only. So I didn't prefer any other books. And then usually when we go through, we feel like it's very complicated, so we feel like we're reading other books. But if we go through again and again, you just find out that everything is inside the book. You don't need any other books for reference. Just whatever you are studying, you concentrate and study. And if you can't understand, go through again and again, then you'll find out that everything is in that book.
Yes, that's a very good answer. So usually we say this to the students, to all students who are going to sit for the board exam, that your NBSE textbook, the textbook which has been prescribed by the NBSE, that is sufficient. Okay? Everything is there in the textbook. You need not, sometimes you may find some difficulties to understand. You can refer, but for studying, you have to use your textbook only. Your textbook is sufficient, okay? Because usually in our meeting also, during our NBSE meeting, all the heads are asked to share this to the students, that students are to refer only the textbook and the question, those board questions that are being set, these are all from the textbook only, not from any other textbook. Is it clear?
Study all the subjects or just a particular subject for one day?
Okay, so on a daily basis, if it's on a daily basis, then I don't study all subjects in a day, because when we make our routine, or like all subjects in a day, it becomes too hectic and becomes too boring. So I just go for 2-3 subjects. Like whatever notes is there, I try to study those. If I get physics notes today, I try my best to study those today, and just 2-3 subjects in a day. Okay. So teachers' notes, for me I usually depend a lot on the teachers' notes, but going through the textbook is also important. I even sometimes try to go to the textbook, and there are some derivations which are not in the notes, so I try to understand those and even try to study those.
Yes, here I like to add one more point. You are not supposed to depend only on the notes. that if you are dependent on the notes, you are taking a risk. And I would like to encourage all the students, you have to prepare you have to be thorough with your textbook. Not you just because the elective papers are bio, maths and biology. And from there you have to select 2 subjects as an elective subjects. Okay, so some students who are going for bio and maths, and some students are taking maths and computer science. So I have come across, always I say this to all the students, and especially to the computer science students. You have to do the best in maths if you have taken computer. Because if you fail in maths, you're not able to take up, maths. Since you have failed in maths, you are not able to take up physics, chemistry, maths during your BSc time. Okay? And we have come across that many of you just take a decision at the last moment that, let me not appear maths, let me appear. Because the results are being made, the percentage are taken out from the best of 5 subjects. Okay? Percentage positions are taken out from the best of 5. You have got 6 papers. So out of 6, if you are passing all the 6 papers, only the best 5 will be selected. Physics, chemistry and English, these are compulsory. You have to pass. But bio, maths, computer science, okay, ulti. Say if a student has taken bio, maths and ulti. So if you have passed in all these 3 subjects, only 2 papers will be taken, it will be counted. Okay, the best marks from that 3 subjects if you have passed. Is it clear? So what I want to say is that many of you don't give interest in maths. And being a science student and taking science stream, maths is very important. And taking the time?
If I heard correctly, you're trying for the NEET exam, right? So how are you preparing?
I'm not actually not for any coaching. I'm just doing self-study. So
Okay, so the books you're studying from is it like the class 12 books or
yeah, class 11, 12.
class 11, 12? The exam will be given that way. I'm not too sure on how GE
Yes. Here now I like to add, since you are very fresh, for your kind information, for JEE, NEET, NSEE, the syllabus are from class 11 and 12. That's why I want to encourage all the class 11 students. Now you are very fresh, you may not be aware because it's been a few days that you are attending the classes. So I want to say this, that whatever you are learning in class 11, you have to store it, okay? You should not forget. Then you go to class 12, again whatever you are learning, you have to keep in your mind. Because all this, when you sit for your exam, NEET, NSEE, JEE, the syllabus are from class 11 and 12. Is it clear? Okay? Noel?
Yes,
So, everyone, you have to keep in mind that if you want to sit for all these exams, you have to prepare from class 11 and 12. 300 students are going to appear from our exam center. And these are for allied courses, paramedical, okay? Leaving out your MBBS, the other line, if you want to go, you have to clear NSEE. Then you have to try class 12. And she topped, and we are so happy for topping and bringing good name for the schools. So we want the others. There are lots of good students. Those class 12 who will be sitting for the board exam. There are some of you who are doing very well, and we want that you should come up. Then class 11, there are also some good students. Like Noel, I have found him very smart. He is also did well in his class 10. And when I was talking to him, I was also telling him that you have to really work out. So like him, there are other students in class 11 who has really done well in your class 10. So don't think that is over. Okay, now this is the beginning. You have to really put your effort if you really want to come out and if you want to become someone in future. Don't always use mobile. As our Ketoukhrieü has said, she has shared with you all that this mobile has really spoiled the career of the students. Whenever we have meeting with parents, parents usually say that my children, they go to their room, they spend the time, we don't know whether he or she is studying, but he or she says that he is preparing, but at the end, the result, single digit. And what is the reason behind that? Because of passing his time with the mobile. Okay, so any query? Any more? So if not, then we'll just end up here. We are so happy that Ketoukhrieü, she spared a few minutes, and as we requested, she have come here and she have given her inspirational words, encouraging words, motivational words, and I want that you all should work hard, and whatever she said, you have to keep in mind. Okay, and I want others to come up, and I also wish on behalf of school, Ketoukhrieü, as she is getting ready for her NEET exam, because I even asked her, inquired her, that you don't want to go for MSc, physics and all, maths. Then she said, no, I want to go for NEET, because that was her focus, determination from the beginning that she wants to come up in this NEET exam. So I want to wish her on behalf of the schools, on behalf of the students, good luck, and we are hoping that she'll be doing well and she'll come out with good result. Wish you good luck for your future also, and the rest of you also I want to give your thanks. So once again, thank you, and I'd like to give time to our Vice Principal, Suhasan.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of our principal, the administrator, all the teachers and all the class 11 and 12 students present here, I want to extend my warm, heartfelt gratitude to Ketoukhrieü for readily agreeing to come and share her experiences as a successful HSSLC candidate who topped the top 3 position in the recent conducted board examinations. So on behalf of all of us, we want to say thank you to you for coming over. And on behalf of the school, before we leave, I also would like to express our heartfelt gratitude and our love for Ketoukhrieü here by giving her a small gift for making her time today and coming and sharing her experiences with us. So I will hand over a small gift on behalf of all of us present here. Okay? So we wish Ketoukhrieü success in the road ahead of her. She still has to go a long way, but we know that deep inside of us, we know that she is going to grab the aim, okay, the dream that she is targeting for. And we will look forward, each one of us present here, as students 11 and 12, you too, you will also grab that very dream that you're aiming, that one day you'll be so successful that you will say, yes, finally, I'm here, I did it. Okay? Thank you.
And then now, Sir Wabang, I want you to take the time, if you can. Our Sir Wabang, the chairman of this school, he is also here. And if Sir can take a few minutes time, I would be very happy.
Actually, I'm not at all prepared to share anything today. I just came to see and watch you all, and as well as I heard what Ketoukhrieü had to share. And even I myself was inspired by it, and I hope you all are inspired by it. And actually, we are proud of you, students here at BHSS, and we look forward that you will not only do well, but you will also get from the teachers, you'll get from the school whatever it has to offer. And we wish you all the very best. And we wish Ketoukhrieü also all the very best. And thank you for coming today also. That is all I have to say, but thank you all for being here. And God bless you all. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.